Hi, I'm Matt. Welcome back to Hitchcocks Motorcycles. This is part 2 of a series that we're running on my bike, the Interceptor Bear 650. If you haven't seen part 1, the link will be in the description below. In that video, we talked about the history that Royal Enfield used to inspire them to make the Bear 650. And in this video, we're going to look to improve it. We're going to do so by fitting our UK-made decat pipe and a Zard Performance racing silencer, along with a DNA Stage 2 kit. This is our UK-made decat pipe, one of the parts that we're going to be fitting today. These are made from stainless steel. They're not mass-produced. These are UK-made, specific to our design and designed specifically for the 650 Bear. They offer a provision for the O2 sensor for the Euro 5 Plus bikes, and they also come with a blanking plug if you do run a Euro 5 bike. They've been designed specifically to take into account the way that Royal Enfield originally fitted the catalytic converter. And they use the same rubber mounting to prevent vibration and to help with fitting. They're swaged at both ends to allow the graphite gaskets to be used from Royal Enfield. These are the genuine Royal Enfield exhaust seals that we'll be using, made of graphite. They help reduction of vibration in the system and allow for a better fit. Now, you can use the ones from your existing system. They can be a bit tricky to get out, so I'm going to be using new ones today. And the next part we're going to be fitting today is our Zard Racing slip-on silencer. I've chosen the black one because I think it's going to go best with my colourway, the 249. But they are available in silver and in homologated. This is the racing version, which has a removable baffle. Okay, so we've moved the bike onto the ramp now and we've made it secure using our straps. If you're doing this at home, obviously the bike doesn't have a centre stand. So you're going to need a flat surface and a paddock stand ideally. We're using the genuine Royal Enfield bobbins, which we can also supply. Magic. Okay guys, so performing the surgery on the bike before we start today is our workshop engineer Neil. We're doing this on the basis that we're showing you with a professional doing it, although you should be able to do this at home yourself. Okay, so the first step is to remove the factory silencer. We need to remove the 10mm under here to remove the cover and expose the clamp, which is a 12mm. And then we need to undo the 12mm nut and bolt here to be able to remove the silencer. Okay, so with the silencer removed, I can already tell there's a massive weight difference between the two, but exactly how much is there? Let's find out. As we can see from the scales, the standard silencer weighing in at 3517 grams and the Zard silencer weighing in at 1740 grams. The next step in the process is to remove the right hand foot peg assembly. We're going to slacken off these 4 bolts. Don't remove them, just slacken them at this point. We're then going to remove the clevis here on the master cylinder. Remove the 2 larger bolts, allowing us to release the assembly from the bike, leaving the master cylinder hanging on its pipes that allows us the access behind which we need. As you undo the smaller bolts, just watch out for the bracket that might fall down behind. You need to retain this for use later. Okay, next step. Slacken the 12mm nuts, holding the headers on both sides. At this point, we need to remove our O2 sensor. The O2 sensor will come away with the catalytic converter, but we need to undo this block connector under here to allow it to come out. We then need to slacken the 10mm on the bracket here and the 12mm here. We also need to remove this 12mm here. When you remove it, there is a spacer and a washer that need to come with it. Once we've got them slack, we can remove the 12mm from here, allowing movement in the system. So you can see from slackening the system, this allows us the free play and the clearance to remove the catalytic converter without fouling the frame and the back wheel. So one of the major benefits of doing a decat conversion is the weight saving. This is the weight of the standard catalytic converter. So we've got 2979. Now I'll show you the difference between that and our decat pipe. So we've got 755 grams for our decat. So the next step will be fitting our UK made decat pipe. There's just a couple of points that I need to point out to you before we fit this. If you are in the US, you do not need to remove this blanking plug here, but you will need to nip it up. They're only loose in the kit. In the UK, we need to remove this so it's ready for our secondary O2 sensor. We've also pre-prepared this one by fitting in our rubber bung, which we have used a new one. That is optional. You can use the one that's on your existing bike, or you can buy a new one. We've also pre-fitted our exhaust gasket. Now obviously we have used new ones. You can use the old ones out of your old catalytic converter. Just be careful to get it out in one piece. And these are swaged to allow for the gasket, but they are a tight fit. I just want to point out again that because this is a Euro 5 Plus bike, we've had to fit our secondary O2 sensor here. Now just be careful when you're tightening it up. It only needs to be nipped up. Don't go nuts. Remember to refit the cut washer and top hat to both sides of the rubbers. As it tightens, it will bottom out, but it will allow flexibility. A really nice design. Whilst we're in this position, don't forget to reattach your O2 sensor to the block connector before you even think about starting the bike. So at this point, we still have a lot of free play in the system. You can see that the headers aren't tight yet. This isn't tightened in the slightest, and this is literally only finger tight. Now this is an oval, so it's going to allow some movement. We need to now tighten the headers first. As you can see Neil doing here, just remember to tighten these nuts evenly and don't go mad. They just need to be a nice firm tightness. They don't have to be overdone. Then tighten the bracket, then tighten this, and it will, because it's an oval, it will find its natural home. Make sure when you come to tighten this exhaust bracket that it's located in the right position so that the thread doesn't foul with your engine casing. And at this point, just before we go on to fit the silencer, we're just going to cable tie our O2 sensor wiring out the way, as it was when it was originally fitted, just to protect it from fouling. So now we come to the time to fit our beautiful Zard silencer. Now I've gone for the Cerakote black finish, but it's even more important with this silver finish one. But you need at this point to either wear gloves or wash your hands prior to fitting. Because if you do get any fingerprints on this, when it heats up, they're going to stay and you won't be able to get rid of them. It's also important to point out at this point, if you have gone for the racing version of the slip-on in either black or silver, that if you're planning on running without the removable baffle, now's a good time to do it. It's much easier to get the baffle out here than it is when it's on the bike. If you've gone for the homologated version, of course you don't have that option. So here we've just added a cloth to protect our silencer. Obviously they're not cheap, we don't want to mark it at this point. So we're now coming to fit the silencer. Just notice here that we've positioned the bracket so that we can get onto the bolt to tighten it, but it's not going to foul anything when it's on the exhaust. As Neil comes to tighten this now, notice that he's actually tightening from the back and holding the bolt in place with the ratchet. This is to stop it marking your silencer. And just as Neil's finished tightening this up, just notice we've put this under the heat shield and it's pointed in a vertical position to keep it away from the swinging arm. Magic. Okay, so that's the silencer and the decat fitted. The only things remaining to do is to refit the rider's foot peg and brake. And we also need to remove this rubber bung that we need to save for future, but it's not required to be left in the bike. The chances are that'll be jettisoned the first time you go for a ride. So the final part of this build is just to fit the foot peg and brake assembly back to the bike. This was hard to show you on the way out, but this little bracket is actually what holds the master cylinder to the back of this protected cover here. So when we come to fit it, we just leave one bolt in, and what we want to do is just push this through the master cylinder and just get it started on the thread on this bracket, which will hold everything together. As we already mentioned earlier, we've started the smaller bolts into the bracket behind. Now it's time to nip these up along with the larger bolts, which we will come back and torque. And at this point, we also need to refit the clevis pin at the bottom of the master cylinder. And finally, we're just torquing everything up, making sure that everything's in a good place before we test ride it. And we're just also going to activate the back brake to make sure that everything's working after refitting. And just finally to point out that although we don't mention any torque settings in this video, they will be added into the description below. Whilst my bike was in for this exhaust change, I decided to fit a performance filter from DNA at the same time. I went for the stage 2 kit, which includes the opening or cover, which you can see us fitting here. We didn't go into great detail on showing you how to fit this because we've covered this in previous videos, but if you do have any questions, just get in touch. So just briefly, remove the 3 screws that hold on your standard cover, remove the standard cover, remove the standard air filter and replace it with the performance air filter and the performance cover, and then tighten up all 3 screws. I always add a sticker to my bike just in case it goes into the dealer for servicing or warranty work to make sure that they don't throw away my performance filter. Wunderbar. Right, so we're about a week on from fitting the exhaust. What are my thoughts? What are my feelings? Well, there's a couple of points that I wanted to add that I didn't add beforehand. You'll have noticed from some of the shots we've taken that the decat's actually colouring up really nicely now. Originally when it put on, it looked a little bit awkward being silver to the sort of bronzed headers, but over time that is going to improve. You'll see from the shots it's sort of coloured up nicely now, and I think it looks a lot better. I'm completely and utterly in love with the noise of this exhaust. It is just exactly what I was expecting. It does keep the neighbours up when I get out in the morning, but yeah, it's certainly awakened the bike. The bike made a beautiful sound beforehand, but it was just muted. Now it's really alive. We managed to save, by removing the catalytic converter and fitting the decat, about 4 kilos. I know what you're going to say, that if I stopped eating cheeseburgers I'd lose a lot more than 4 kilos, but 4 kilos is 4 kilos, and it is an improvement. I'm going to carry on riding this bike for the next few weeks, and hopefully in the upcoming videos you're going to see some more footage of fitting some luggage, and we're going to look at the rear suspension. If you do have any questions on the parts that we fitted in this video, please feel free to drop us an email or give us a call. But my name's been Matt, thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.